Self-confidence isn't just about looking good or speaking well. It's about believing in your worth and abilities. Women are drawn to men who exude assurance without arrogance. A man who's comfortable in his own skin radiates a magnetic energy that captures attention and sparks attraction. Confidence is the bedrock that makes other qualities shine, from emotional stability to ambition. Outline overview. In this article, we'll explore how high-value men captivate women's hearts through confidence, masterful communication, emotional stability, ambition, grooming, mystery, and kindness, each trait adding layers to irresistible charm. Masterful communication. The key to emotional connection building on the foundation of confidence. One of the most magnetic traits a high-value man can possess is the ability to communicate with clarity, emotional depth, and authenticity. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Women are deeply attracted to men who can express themselves with genuine emotion, who listen actively, and who know how to make a conversation feel engaging and meaningful. Imagine this: you meet a woman at a party. You don't start with small talk or superficial comments. Instead, you ask questions that go deeper, showing genuine interest in who she is. You listen intently, nodding as she speaks, and when you respond, your words are thoughtful and reflect what she's just shared with you. It's not about impressing her. It's about connecting with her on a level that feels rare and real. That's the magic of masterful communication. A high-value man knows the power of vulnerability within a conversation. He isn't afraid to share his thoughts, feelings, and even fears, because he understands that vulnerability is not a weakness, but an invitation for deeper connection. Women are often drawn to men who aren't afraid to open up emotionally. It creates an atmosphere of trust and makes them feel safe to do the same. Vulnerability, when done right, doesn't make you appear weak. It makes you appear authentic, relatable, and emotionally intelligent. Take the example of Jack, a man who had always been somewhat reserved when it came to expressing his emotions. But one evening, he found himself talking to a woman he felt a genuine connection with. Instead of giving surface-level answers, he shared his passions, his past struggles, and what truly made him tick. He didn't just talk about his career or his hobbies. He spoke about the lessons he learned in difficult moments and how they shaped him as a person. His ability to openly share, without fear of judgment, was disarming. The woman, who had initially been a little guarded, found herself captivated by his vulnerability and authenticity. By the end of the night, they had shared stories and laughter, and a deep emotional bond had been forged, one that was far beyond the usual small talk. But masterful communication goes beyond vulnerability. It also includes the art of timing and delivery. It's not just about speaking, but knowing when to listen and when to pause. High-value men are excellent listeners. They make the other person feel heard, respected, and important. When a man listens with genuine interest, it's a form of flattery. It shows that he values the other person's thoughts and emotions. This creates a sense of connection that is hard to replicate. Moreover, high-value men know the power of nonverbal communication. Their body language exudes openness and confidence. Whether it's maintaining eye contact, offering a warm smile, or using gestures that emphasize their words, these nonverbal cues play a huge role in how they're perceived. Women often feel more drawn to men who use body language to reinforce their verbal communication because it makes them feel safe and understood. Ultimately, the ability to communicate effectively is a bridge that connects hearts and minds. It allows a high-value man to build rapport, deepen emotional intimacy, and create a connection that's not just physical, but mental and emotional. Masterful communication doesn't just capture attention. It creates the foundation for meaningful, lasting relationships. Women, attracted by the depth and authenticity of such exchanges, find themselves drawn to men who know how to truly communicate. Emotional intelligence, understanding and responding to her needs, building on the importance of masterful communication. Another powerful trait that high-value men possess is emotional intelligence, EQ. It's not just about knowing how to communicate. It's about understanding the emotions and needs of others, especially the women they interact with. Emotional intelligence is the ability to perceive, understand, manage, and express emotions effectively. And when it comes to building deep, lasting connections, this trait is a game changer. Imagine this scenario. You're out with a woman you've recently started dating. She's had a long day at work and seems a bit distant. Instead of ignoring the signs, or simply asking her if something is wrong, you tune into her nonverbal cues, her body language, the tone of her voice, and her subtle facial expressions. You sense that she's not angry, but rather overwhelmed. Instead of pushing her to talk, you gently ask, "How's your day been? You seem a little off. Do you want to share it with me?" By acknowledging her feelings in a thoughtful way, you create a space where she feels understood, not judged. This is emotional intelligence at its finest, sensing and responding to her needs without needing to ask for every detail. For a high-value man, emotional intelligence goes beyond just recognizing when something is off. It's about being able to empathize with others and respond in ways that make them feel safe and valued. High EQ men have an uncanny ability to understand the emotions that others may not even be fully aware of themselves. This creates an atmosphere of trust and reassurance. Women are often drawn to men who are in tune with their emotions because it allows them to feel seen, heard, and cared for in a way that's rare and comforting. Take the story of Alex, a man who was well-liked by his friends and colleagues but struggled in romantic relationships. He realized that despite his success in business and his charming personality, he didn't truly understand the emotional needs of the women he dated. One day, after a particularly difficult breakup, Alex decided to invest in himself and began reading books about emotional intelligence. Over time, he started recognizing the importance of empathy and understanding in his relationships. One evening, during a dinner date, he noticed that his girlfriend was quiet, and her usual spark seemed missing. Instead of pushing her to talk, he simply asked if everything was okay. When she opened up about feeling stressed from work and personal challenges, he didn't offer solutions right away. He listened. He held space for her emotions. This simple act of empathy led to a deeper connection that neither of them had experienced before. This ability to understand her emotions, without trying to fix things right away, made Alex an even more attractive partner. Women crave men who can emotionally connect with them, and they find it refreshing when a man doesn't shy away from the raw, vulnerable moments. By demonstrating emotional intelligence, Alex proved that he was emotionally available and capable of handling not just the good times, but also the more challenging moments in life. High-value men also recognize the impact of their own emotions on their relationships. They understand that their reactions, whether positive or negative, affect the emotional climate of the connection. As such, they work on managing their own emotions to avoid creating unnecessary tension. By responding thoughtfully and remaining calm in challenging situations, they demonstrate maturity and emotional stability, qualities that are incredibly attractive to women. Ultimately, emotional intelligence is an essential trait for building lasting, meaningful relationships. It allows men to connect with women on a deeper level, to be present for them emotionally, and to create a sense of emotional safety. Women are drawn to men who can navigate the emotional landscape of a relationship with grace, empathy, and understanding. A high-value man knows that emotional intelligence isn't just a skill. It's a way of being that attracts, nurtures, and strengthens emotional bonds. Confidence without arrogance. The key to magnetic attraction: building on emotional intelligence and understanding the subtleties of a woman's emotional world. The next crucial trait that high-value men possess is the ability to exude confidence without crossing into arrogance. Confidence, when balanced correctly, becomes an attractive magnet that draws women in. However, when it turns into arrogance, it repels. High-value men understand the fine line between the two and embrace the quiet, assured self-belief that makes them naturally compelling. Imagine this: you're at a social gathering and a man walks in. He's not the loudest in the room, nor does he seek attention, but there's something magnetic about his presence. He stands tall, his posture open, and his smile genuine. He's not over-explaining himself or trying to impress anyone. Instead, he's comfortable with who he is. This is the power of true confidence. It doesn't need to be shouted. It's subtle, but it speaks volumes. It's in the way he carries himself, the way he listens more than he talks, and the way he remains poised in any situation. Confidence isn't about boasting about accomplishments or trying to prove one's worth. High-value men understand that real confidence comes from a deep internal belief in their abilities and self-worth. It's not dependent on the approval of others. Women, in particular, are drawn to men who aren't seeking validation from every person they meet. Instead of constantly talking about how amazing they are, they let their actions speak louder than words. Take a moment to think about a time when you met someone who seemed completely sure of themselves. It wasn't because they were flashy or tried too hard. It was because they were grounded. They didn't need to make everyone like them or even stand out. They were simply authentic, and that in itself was magnetic. One powerful story that highlights this is the story of Daniel, a man who was once insecure and tried to impress women by boasting about his success. While he attracted attention, it was never the kind of deep connection he craved. He realized that he was overcompensating for his lack of self-assurance. In a life-changing moment, Daniel started focusing on his inner growth. Instead of talking about his accomplishments, he began investing in his passion for photography, focusing on creating beautiful moments for himself, not to impress others. Slowly, he noticed how different the responses were from women he met. They were drawn to his calm confidence, his ability to enjoy life without feeling the need to prove anything. It was clear to everyone around him that he was someone who was comfortable in his own skin. What made Daniel's transformation so powerful wasn't just the external change. It was his inner confidence. He no longer sought approval, and that was the key to his newfound magnetism. High-value men recognize that true confidence comes from an unshakable inner belief, not from external validation or constant comparison to others. Women are attracted to men who can stand firm in their own identity without feeling the need to brag or boast. True confidence also shows in how a high-value man treats others. He doesn't feel threatened by people around him. He lifts others up, celebrates their successes, and approaches the world with an open, generous spirit. When a man is secure within himself, he's not afraid to share the spotlight. He listens more than he speaks and is genuinely interested in others. This humility paired with confidence is irresistible to women who are looking for a partner, not a competitor. In relationships, this balance is even more crucial. Confidence allows a man to remain calm under pressure, to approach difficult conversations with patience, and to handle life's ups and downs without crumbling. Arrogance, on the other hand, causes unnecessary conflict and creates distance in relationships. Women are not drawn to men who try to dominate or control. They are drawn to men who can stand tall, secure in their own worth, and still treat others with respect. Ultimately, high-value men know that their confidence doesn't have to come from boasting or putting others down. It comes from being rooted in who they are and staying true to themselves. Confidence is not about proving something to the world. It's about proving something to yourself and trusting in your journey. When a man exudes this kind of confidence, women can't help but be drawn to him. It's magnetic, captivating, and incredibly attractive. Embodying leadership, the power of direction and influence continuing from emotional intelligence. Another invaluable trait that high-value men possess is leadership. It's one thing to understand emotions, but it's another to guide, inspire, and lead both yourself and those around you. Leadership at its core is about influence, an ability to lead by example and empower others to be their best. And it's this type of leadership that makes women not only admire but become utterly captivated by high-value men. Imagine a scenario where you're in a group of people and there's a challenge that needs addressing. Everyone is looking around, unsure of what to do next, when suddenly, one person steps forward. They don't just give orders, they take charge with calm assurance, offering a solution that makes sense, while empowering others to follow. That's leadership in action, and it's magnetic. When high-value men demonstrate leadership, they don't just take control. They make others feel that they can follow, trust, and grow alongside them. Let's bring this into a real-world example. Meet Alex. He's a business owner who's built his company from the ground up. His employees admire him, not just for his success but for the way he leads with integrity and empathy. One day, his company faces a major setback. Orders are delayed, clients are frustrated, and the team is on edge. As the pressure builds, Alex steps in. Rather than retreat into his office or get caught up in frustration, he addresses the team with clarity and confidence. We're going to get through this. I'm going to handle the client calls, and I need you all to work together to fix the issue. We've done it before and we'll do it again. His words aren't just about resolving the issue, they're about instilling belief. His team looks to him not only for guidance but for the assurance that no matter what, things will improve. Alex doesn't demand respect. He earns it through his actions, his ability to remain calm under pressure, and his unwavering belief in the people around him. This kind of leadership is irresistible because it creates a sense of stability and purpose. Women are drawn to men who know how to take control of situations, but more importantly, who lead with a sense of humility and respect for others. Women crave security, and high-value men who embody leadership offer just that. They provide direction in times of uncertainty and comfort in moments of doubt. But leadership doesn't always have to be about grand gestures. It's in the small, everyday moments. Leadership means taking responsibility, whether it's in your personal relationships or your professional life. It's about being the person others can rely on when things get tough, making decisions that are in the best interest of everyone involved, and always acting with integrity. One powerful example of this is how leadership translates into relationships. Women love being around men who have a clear sense of direction, a man who knows where he's going in life and isn't afraid to take bold steps toward his goals. But the real power lies in how these men bring others along for the journey. High-value men don't just lead for the sake of power. They lead because they genuinely want to elevate those around them. Whether it's providing advice, lifting others when they're down, or offering a new perspective, the influence of a good leader creates a ripple effect. Women don't just admire this. They respect and crave the type of partner who can guide them through life's challenges. The beauty of leadership is that it's not a one-size-fits-all trait. Some men lead through calm, measured actions, while others lead with boldness and innovation. What matters is the ability to inspire others, to make them feel valued and capable. High-value men understand that leadership is about creating more leaders, not followers. They nurture those around them, helping them grow, all while staying true to their vision and values. In the end, leadership isn't just about taking control. It's about showing others the way and empowering them to follow. And that's exactly what makes high-value men not just attractive but irresistible. Emotional control, the quiet strength that draws women in continuing from leadership. Another pivotal trait that high-value men possess is emotional control. While many people react impulsively, high-value men exhibit a remarkable ability to manage their emotions, especially in challenging situations. This trait is not just about avoiding outbursts or suppressing feelings. It's about having the emotional intelligence to remain calm, composed, and in control, even when the world around them seems chaotic. And it's this quiet strength that makes women not only respect high-value men but also become deeply drawn to them. Think about it. How many times have you witnessed someone lose their temper, lash out in frustration, or let their emotions dictate their actions? It's uncomfortable, isn't it? The lack of emotional control can make people appear weak, unpredictable, or insecure. On the other hand, a man who remains steady, even under pressure, immediately commands respect. He doesn't get rattled by challenges, nor does he allow external circumstances to dictate his mood or actions. Take, for example, Ethan. He's a successful entrepreneur who deals with high-stakes situations daily. One afternoon, a significant deal that he had been working on for months collapses unexpectedly. His colleagues rush to him, sensing his frustration, but instead of reacting with anger or disappointment, Ethan takes a deep breath, pauses, and then calmly says, "I'll handle this. Let's figure out the next steps." His emotional control in the face of adversity is magnetic. It creates a sense of trust, reliability, and confidence in those around him. Women are naturally drawn to men who can maintain composure, especially in difficult circumstances. Emotional control is incredibly attractive because it shows strength and stability. It signals to others that this person is capable of managing not just his external environment but also his internal landscape. It's one of the most powerful ways a man can demonstrate leadership and maturity, because it proves that he can navigate life's ups and downs without losing himself along the way. But what's even more compelling about emotional control is that it's not about being cold or detached. It's about having the ability to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. High-value men don't avoid emotions. They understand them. They know how to process feelings without letting them dictate their actions. For example, when faced with a relationship challenge or a personal issue, a man with emotional control will communicate openly, express his feelings in a constructive way, and maintain a sense of balance. This maturity creates a deeper, more meaningful connection because it shows that he's invested in growth, not just instant gratification or emotional release. Women find this level of emotional maturity highly attractive because it provides a sense of security. A man who can regulate his emotions makes her feel safe, supported, and understood. In relationships, this kind of emotional intelligence fosters trust, making it easier for both partners to open up and communicate openly. Moreover, emotional control signals that a man is secure in himself, not dependent on external validation or driven by fleeting emotions. The ability to control emotions also ties into the broader concept of self-mastery, a trait that high-value men cultivate in all areas of their lives. Self-mastery goes beyond just emotional regulation. It includes having control over one's habits, decisions, and impulses. A man who can manage his emotions consistently will likely also have the self-discipline to excel in his career, maintain healthy relationships, and prioritize personal growth. In essence, emotional control is the anchor that keeps high-value men grounded, regardless of life's unpredictability. It's a magnetic quality that makes women feel safe and drawn to a man who offers not just stability, but also a sense of emotional depth and maturity. In a world filled with chaos and uncertainty, a man who can remain calm, composed, and emotionally intelligent stands out, and that is a power no woman can resist. Authenticity, the irresistible charm that women crave building on emotional control. There's one final quality that high-value men exude: authenticity. It's the foundation of everything that makes a man truly magnetic, and it's one of the most irresistible traits women crave. Authenticity is about being true to oneself and letting that real version shine through, without pretenses or masks. It's this genuine nature that makes high-value men not only appealing but unforgettable. Consider Jake, a man who's built his life on being authentic. He's not the type to follow trends or pretend to be someone he's not. Whether he's at work, hanging out with friends, or on a date, Jake stays true to his values and beliefs. One evening, he's at a party, and people start talking about their newest tech gadgets and designer clothes. Everyone around him is boasting, trying to outdo each other with their latest purchases. But Jake? He's more interested in talking about meaningful topics, books he's reading, a new hiking trail he discovered, and how he's working on improving himself every day. The conversation doesn't revolve around material things, but around his genuine passions and personal growth. His authenticity stands out. People, especially women, are drawn to him because they know exactly who he is. He's not trying to be someone else, and he's not hiding behind a facade. This is a key element that makes high-value men so attractive. They are unapologetically themselves. Authenticity in a man signals confidence in who he is, which is incredibly attractive to women. When a man is comfortable in his own skin, it creates an environment of trust and openness. Women feel more secure with a man who is authentic because it's clear he has nothing to hide. There's no pretension, no facade, just the real him. This gives women the freedom to express themselves honestly and without fear of judgment. Think about how exhausting it is to pretend to be someone you're not. We've all met people who wear a mask, trying to impress others with their image, whether it's their job, status, or the way they look. But deep down, we can sense that something is off. It's hard to build meaningful connections when you're not being true to yourself. High-value men understand this. They don't play games or put on a show. They let their authenticity do the talking. What makes authenticity even more attractive is that it breeds consistency. An authentic man doesn't change based on who he's with or where he is. Whether he's in a boardroom or having a casual conversation with friends, he remains the same. This consistency is magnetic because it signals reliability and stability, qualities that women value deeply when considering a partner. Authenticity also ties into vulnerability. High-value men who embrace authenticity are not afraid to show their flaws or admit their mistakes. They know that vulnerability is not a weakness but a strength. When a man is open about his challenges, emotions, and insecurities, it deepens the connection with others. Women see this vulnerability as a sign of emotional maturity and strength, not fragility. It makes them feel more connected to him because he's showing them the full spectrum of who he is, both the light and the shadows. Ultimately, authenticity is the secret weapon that keeps high-value men in demand. It's a breath of fresh air in a world full of pretenders. When a man is authentic, he attracts the right people, the ones who genuinely resonate with his true self. Women are drawn to this realness because it creates a sense of safety, trust, and emotional intimacy. In a relationship, this authenticity paves the way for deeper connections and meaningful experiences that are based on truth, not illusions. Being authentic is not about perfection. It's about embracing who you truly are and showing up in the world unapologetically. That is what makes a high-value man irresistibly attractive. His authenticity is a quality that no woman can resist, and it's what creates the lasting, meaningful connections that lead to love, trust, and respect. Absolutely. Here's a compelling call to action that you can use to encourage your audience to engage with the video. Sparkling heart. Did you feel the energy? If you loved this video, don't just stop here. Show us some love by hitting that like button. Glowing star, your support keeps us motivated to create more content just for you. Dizzy, we want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Tell us what resonated most with you. Speaking Head, we love engaging with you and learning from your perspective. Glowing star, but wait, there's more. Party Popper, don't miss out on all the incredible wisdom coming your way. Be sure to check out our other videos where we dive deeper into how you can elevate your life and relationships. Fire subscribe so you never miss another video and join our amazing community. Rocket, remember, the best is yet to come. Let's grow together. Flex biceps sparkles.